Hello, Penguin. Hello, Hamhawk. Hello, chat. Hello, Nan Raider. Welcome to see everyone. Happy Wednesday to ya. Happy Hump Day. What's we up to? Hi, Zeeks. Some cheese at the cottage? Yes, I have gotten the cottage's cheese. Where can I fit you? No, that's not. Oh, St. Nicholas Day. Yes, let's get our cottage-made cheese. Not made in a dairy plant at all. Let's make some coffee. I used to be really into like back. I had a period where I was just like eating hummus, cottage cheese, and various things that you can dip things into. I like making what I call puke. This should get everyone going. Salsa and cottage cheese. If you think about it, it's a delicious combo. I mean, how many different ways do we combine fresh cheeses and tomatoes? It's amazing with chips, and you know, it adds in a little protein, a little. It's good stuff. Oh no, I'd never sell it. That's something I definitely learned being in business myself. Like, you can come up with 101 ideas. It's not your idea that matters, it's the one that's gonna sell. I can never sell that. It's delicious. I do it at home. So I'm making 3 dishes tonight with cottage cheese. Gonna make biscuits using them. We're gonna do a chicken and spinach bake, which I'm gonna throw onions, peppers. I thought of adding corn in there. All that good stuff. I'm gonna be using frozen spinach too, which I haven't really tried frozen spinach before. I think I've used it before in a restaurant, but... And then chocolate mousse, which is apparently whipping cottage cheese turns out pretty good. So we're gonna blend up some cottage cheese and add chocolate and sugar. Oops, I was supposed to give that a shake a little earlier. Keep your bananas to yourself. Yep, we gotta fix this scene now. Oh well, it's not quite the right size. Sorry if the pixel is bothering you on top and bottom there. And I just pointed it out to all of you. Nice. Thought I nailed that one. Hey, random. Welcome back, Ms. Badger. Happy to see you, Will. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All these friendly faces. Cheers to you. What am I starting with? I think I'm going to start with the moose, actually. I'm debating between the KitchenAid and the stick blender. I think I'm going to go for the KitchenAid. Start off with our cottage cheese and went with organic, low fat. Cottage cheese. And I'm just going to sort of cheat and put half of the thing in here. Sugar. Adding a bit of sour cream. Yeah, over here, camera. And then cocoa powder. If you're looking for a high protein dessert, here you go, chap. I mean, it's got a decent amount of fat too. And if you're keto, you can cut back on the sugar there. Or replace it. Add that into the stand mixer over here. Mute for the machine. We'll give this a spin. Well, that half worked. I don't know what's up with you, Stream Deck, and not wanting to work. Overlays. There we go. Alright, I think I'm going to have to put this through a stick blender or immersion blender or food processor in order to get it as smooth as I wanted here. I wanted to try and use my Vitamix or my KitchenAid because I have a KitchenAid now. Come on. You can see it's right there, chat. Why isn't it going out? I guess it wants to stay attached right now. You would think it would work better than that. It's just the slot you fit. There we go. Maybe I need to grease that up a little bit with some food grease of some sort. Okay, chat, which is worse to add to cottage cheese? Ketchup or salsa? Alright. Just soak that in food grade mineral oil. Probably not the best oil to use for that. Probably should some other food safe lubricant will be best, but something I already got and I don't have to buy. All right, next steps. I think I'm gonna go with the chicken next. Actually, how are we doing here with our spinach? Yeah, this is gonna take a minute. I'm moving on like I finished the chocolate, and I didn't finish the chocolate, chat. Why am I trying to move on? Sorry, camcorder. You're losing your power for a moment. That means we lose the angle cam. We might lose the angle cam, because I think the angle cam's battery is donezo. Keep the same spatula. Hello, Stokely. Ah, lovely. Now it works. There we go. Is audio all back on? Okay. I haven't heard anything much about 4.0 other than it's coming. Like some of the stuff that ONX has shown, pretty damn cool. Whole new perspectives and stuff. Yeah, well, I think I'll probably wait until that happens until I give you an honest answer, but I sort of feel like a large portion of people have moved on. And other than Buddha and his pull, like, I don't see X going back there for much longer. I don't know who else they're going to pull back in. I'm mostly just excited that we're getting back to some actual RP. It's not like everyone's acting like the world's ending and doesn't care, and, you know, it's silly season. But I think we got a pretty good moose here now. That's looking pretty good for a chocolate mousse. Nice thickness, especially once it chills down, because it's inevitably warmed up a little bit. Like, it's not room temp yet, but it's warmer than it was out of the refrigerator. And so it'll actually solidify up a little bit more. And to be honest, I mean, I'm just gonna go out and say ONX now, because regardless of what 4.0 brings, they could bring some amazing things. And I'm not saying I'm not gonna watch No Pixel, but I always watched DW and Wise Guy to begin with, so. It sounds like a large number of the people that I would normally be watching, the people that are actually RPing instead of pulling steroids out of their butt. And I forget this is not an 18+ show anymore. No, that should give a little bit better of a wash up. So I'm going to put a lid on that and throw that back in the fridge and allow that to solidify a little bit, and maybe we'll plate it up at the end. All right, chicken. I never got into the whole him watching whoever that dude was in the UK. I'm gonna sear the chicken here first. Cut the breasts down so they're a bit thinner. Feel like saving those for another project. It's like the Inception package of chicken. It looked like 2 breasts when I bought it. Turns out to be 4. Quite true. Yeah, I guess I'll properly wash my hands here. Bit of oil, bit of fan action. Salt action on our chicken. Zoom right. And we're going to stay with that. I don't want to overload that pan. Get the other side with some salt. Over salting the chicken, since that way I can spread its flavor a bit more throughout the whole dish. You know, a little under salting the rest of the dish, over salting the chicken. What's hardware have to do with food? Scramble, what up with you? Have the words all been English? I'm going from one of my protein cutting boards to my other protein cutting boards, because we're mostly cooking these through, but I'm still going to treat them like they're raw at this point. I just went and refreshed the sourcing. Like, it seems to lose... It's a file over my network for the word list, and like most things with the network, it seems to lose its target every once in a while. So annoying. Why can't they just... I mean, they've been having that sort of problem with networks since I was... since they invented them. I'm old. Bit of salt on the back side of those. Chicken. And so I'm just going to rough chop it from here. Some mildly large pieces. flame off on the pan. Ah, it's in a cutesy little box. Not worried that those aren't completely cooked through. Over on the cutting board. Bit smoky and a little warm in here. Just a little bit. Flame back on over here. Glocko spinach. Hi, Buns. I just want to break it down into bits. I don't want to cook it endlessly. Just want to loosen it up so I can mix it with everything else. We're definitely going to want some garlic powder in there, so might as well add that in here now. Just a little bit more. All that loveliness going in the bowl. In the bowl. Bit more oil. in with our onions. Over here we can add our chicken in. Chat, you think I can stir the onion? I should stir the onions yet? I can speak, can't I? Apparently not. Brain connection to my mouth is malfunctioning tonight. Light salt, pepper. It's like a summer dish for winter. Everything about this could be just about any time of the year, but I think of it as sort of like, I think of like spinach stuff as like summery. Or at least not winter. That's probably good for our onions. Just par cooking all this. Little nutmeg. Okay, maybe a lot of nutmeg. Oh, it's just coming to temp. Now we're adding our cottage cheese. Hiya, Capitano. Welcome, welcome. I feel like we should add a little bit more cottage cheese to that. I'm doing pretty good so far tonight. Need some for our biscuits. Canadian Black Wolf. Thank you for that raid. Welcome, welcome. I didn't hear the alert go off. It sort of went off because things happened in chat and it gave you a shout out. But thank you so much for that raid. Welcome in, everyone. I'm doing my weekly ingredient challenge on my stream every Wednesday. Chat votes on the week prior on an ingredient that I have to use, both sweet and savory. And this week's ingredient is cottage cheese. So welcome, welcome. And thank you for the follow. What were we up to tonight? What you're looking here at, other than my beautiful mug, is on the cutting board. We have a chicken and spinach casserole with cottage cheese is our main cheese. And then for our side cheese, we're going to add some cheddar. Need to save some of that cheese for tacos tomorrow. Doing an extra stream tomorrow, chat. I posted that in the Discord earlier. Just trying to get a nice even cover of the cheese on top. Now we do our pepper action. Yeah, I'm excited for... Yeah. I don't know why I went back to thinking about that. Now this isn't quite done. We're almost there though. Garlic powder. MSG. Pepper. Salt. paprika. Alright, that's going in the oven just as is. Give that a solid 40 minutes. And on to our last dish tonight, after a little reorganization here. Main camera. And clean this bowl and these two cutting boards, and then we'll get on to making some biscuits. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and throw... This is warming up. This is like almost room temp. I definitely want this to be a bit cooler for with biscuits. So, quick freeze time. Then I start cleaning things that I didn't say I was gonna clean. Okay. Did I just miss it? I did miss it. I'm sorry, Canadian Black Wolf, if you're still lurking around. Did a sushi stream. Sushi? I'm sort of intimidated by sushi. But partially because it's sort of designed to be that way. Hi Trovo. Hi Kick. It's the first time I actually am looking over on Kick's stream tonight. Sorry, Kick peoples. Buttermilk. Buttermilk. How many in chat have used buttermilk before? Or know what buttermilk is? Or is expecting what this looks like? I'm just gonna eyeball this rather than clean this. Thick buttermilk. I never make the ingredient challenge ingredient. Well, I try not to. I say that and then I have to caution it because I have before. I've made a couple of spice mix that weren't like easy to get a hold of, but were spices that I could get. You know, that looks like a good amount of flour. I'll use that amount of flour. How's that, chat? How's that for measuring? Baking powder. Salt. I like pepper in my biscuits, so I'm gonna go heavy with the pepper. Be in the Jonathan Beno Club. And for our last ingredient going in, butter. Butter. And cut that into our dough. Alright, that's good for me as far as how much I want to cut that in. I want to. Biscuits are best when you like handle them almost the least. Like there's a certain amount of handling that you have to get done, but the less you do, the lighter, the fluffier, the flakier. Flatten this out a bit. Maybe a bit of flour on top so it doesn't stick to the rolling pin. And then I'm going to book fold this twice. Hey, Bookworm. Yep, 2 nights in a row, and I'm planning to be back here tomorrow night, too. Gonna do an extra Thursday stream tomorrow. Okay, that was my first book fold. It's still got, like, chunks of cottage cheese in the dough. Like, you get some nice beautiful streaks of butter there too, but like there's actual like go for our second book fold since you don't need to stretch it out too much to do that. And then our final rollout here. I think that's about right. Yep, Bookworm, type exclamation mark dinner. into chat. I have a button for it on Twitch, but it doesn't seem to work on YouTube. Here, I'll do it. There we go. Now work, bot. Awesome. I just put you away. I just put these away. Yeah, I'm feeling cutesy small biscuits tonight, chat. Pan and parchment. Thank you for the follow. Why am I not hearing stuffs? Why am I not hearing alerts tonight, chat? Are you hearing alerts, chat? Should be hearing some clapping for our new followers. Did I hear a raid sound earlier? My alerts ain't working. Thank you, Bookworm. I should be hearing everything that's going out there on the web, but you never really know. Like, I've caught parts of streams before where there was something on my web browser playing and no idea where that came from. And our messy too. That one's a bit. Hi, Pinky. Things have been going pretty good today. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. A little annoying that it rained all day today. Not much I can do for that, though. Thank you for the follow. Do up a little egg wash for our taters, for our biscuits, while our casserole bakes. How we doing? We're chilling. We good. My alerts ain't functioning, but that ain't worth crying about. I might whine about it a little bit, but crying, no. These two here, I don't know how well you can tell, they're a little bit, because they were the sort of re-rolls. Well, they definitely were the re-rolls, but they're a little thicker. So I'm pushing them down a bit, making them a bit fatter. I think of milk as probably the more common thing to do for this, for wash. But, yep. I went for egg. For anyone just tuning in, hello, I'm Jason. I cook on Twitch 4 nights a week. Tonight's and every Wednesday is my ingredient challenge night. I hold a weekly vote in the Discord every week from ingredients that chat suggests. And I use that ingredient both sweet and savory applications on Wednesdays. So it's a little bit of a challenge, a lot of things, chocolate, candy, jerky, meats, they don't all work vice versa on both sides. And so that's sort of the challenge on Wednesdays for me. Tonight we're working with cottage cheese. And so I've already made dessert. I made a chocolate mousse by blending our cottage cheese with some sour cream, sugar, and cocoa powder. Really simple dessert if you want a dessert with some protein to it. It took me a little longer to make because I tried to make it in my KitchenAid first and it didn't quite have the whipping power to break down the curds. I had to break out the blender. I'll provide the sound effects tonight. There's normally some nice sound effects with that, but sound effects don't seem to be working for me tonight. Oh, I know why now. That'll be fixed next stream. One of my bots likes to be open before OBS, and I opened OBS before the bot tonight. So you got another 13 minutes on the casserole. And I don't want to blast it with these. These are going to go into the oven at even higher temp. We'll do a little cleanup here while we're waiting on that casserole to cook through. For anyone joining in, we have a chicken, cottage cheese, and spinach casserole with some cheddar cheese, corn, peppers, onions. Bread topping. Should be yummy. We got our biscuits ready to go in the oven. Let's go ahead and plate up that mousse. Let's see if I can't get that to sit nicely in a bowl now that it's chilled in the fridge for a little bit. What do I want to try and serve that in? Like thick mousse. Wish I had some whipped cream for this now. At this point, I'm just trying to get it all in the dish. Yeah, let's take a photo here. Let's see what this tastes like. Although I'm certain it's pretty amazing, considering it's nothing but cheese, sugar, sour cream, and cocoa. Not quite the... No, that's pretty damn good. Maybe should have put a splash of vanilla in there. Oh, how could it taste bad? It's just that... And I think I'm getting it more from... I'm hesitating because I think I'm getting it from the bottom of the blender thing. It does have a little bit more of that, you know, like cheesy almost grit to it. But you could either fine strain this or make sure it's a bit better blended, or... But... Mighty tasty. Mighty tasty. And I mean, how simple is that? I mean, cottage cheese, cocoa. You don't even need the sour cream. Yeah. I'm cool with that. And throw this back in the fridge for the minute until we're done with everything else here. And if not, I'm sure that would be absolutely amazing in my creamy as an ice cream blended. You freeze that solid in one of the little containers. That'd be probably pretty amazing. And you can see, I mean, how thick it, like, it's sticking to the container. Have I ever made raw edible cookie dough? Well, I've made raw cookie dough and ate that. I haven't made cookie dough specifically to be eaten raw. Like, I haven't made cookie dough with pasteurized eggs and all that fun stuff. Well, actually, you've apparently never worked with the salt dough. I need to put my glasses on for that. Hi, Chad. What kind of restaurant did I work at? I've worked in all sorts of organizations as far as food. I've worked in 4-star, 4-diamond restaurant resorts where I externed out of college. I went to work in another hotel which didn't really work out in LA. I've been in bars, I've been in sports clubs, I've been in regular restaurants, fast casual, not fast casual. I've done fine dining. I've worked on opening several restaurants. I ran my own business for the last 5-7 years out of my own mobile kitchen, which not operating these days. I haven't been operating since I started streaming. So, but I've been streaming now for 4 years. So I've been doing all sorts of food stuff. I have a long description and info on my Twitch page. Unfortunately, don't have an option for large about me field on YouTube's. What I did primarily with my business was I went to Sonoma County farmers markets, and the idea was, I actually came up with the idea when I was living in LA, but built the business once I was in Sonoma. When I was in LA, and this is at the point when Whole Foods was Whole Foods, not Amazon, but Whole Foods opened up the largest store that they ever had at that point. It was right near LAX. And that was when they were still based they were in the valley. You know, I think they moved to Texas before everyone else moved to Texas. But inside of that market, I noticed just how much they were making stuff in-house, how much their prepared food section was. I mean, they had like 3 or 4 miniature restaurants built, like full sit-down restaurants built into that Whole Foods. And I was like, well, who's doing this for the farmers markets? And so I, found myself a mobile kitchen that was used and made it my own, and added generator, added power, and started taking that to farmers markets and making stuff based off what the farmers did. And that started off with like stocks and salsas and coleslaw and soups, basic vegetable soups that people could use as basis for many other things. And sort of slowly moved into hotter foods and doing coffee and I used to get a lot more of it. These days, I'm not getting much. There was also I don't know if it was a bubble or a boom and a bust, but at least here in California, farmers markets were doing amazing, like ridiculously well. Follow me, camera. And then they passed a state law, which in many ways hurt a lot of the not directly agricultural businesses at farmers markets. And I think they sort of hurt off. Have a great day, Dragon. Just about ready to pull our casserole out here. Got 20 seconds, less than 20 seconds, 15, 14. And there's lots of other politics and stuff with farmers markets that it's just silly. It's actually a lot like streaming. Heating the oven up we were roasting this at 350 That's going in at $4.50. So biscuits are going in at $4.50. So I'm gonna take a moment. And I still go to the farmers markets every now and then. I mean, there's certainly things that I want that you can't get anywhere else other than farmers markets, like spring or green garlic, hardneck garlics, just more variety. The lettuce greens, like lettuce greens from farmers markets, are so much better than what you get from the supermarket. Like, I bought a head of iceberg lettuce for tomorrow's tacos, and like it's already going brown on the heel of it directly from the supermarket. Like, farmers markets, you buy greens. Like, I used to get mesclun. I used to get a like CSA box, but it was like a prepaid box, and pick it up every week. And I would get the lettuce greens from that, and I'd be going and get another box, and the greens are still gorgeous out of the last one. It's like they last 2 weeks without even a question, versus you get it from the supermarket and it'll last like maybe 3 days. Everything from supermarkets is like, it's all manufactured to make it to the supermarket, and like, especially anything that's corporate is like heavily designed to be there. Come here, Chives. Where'd you go? Get over here. No, I don't want leftover steak sandwich. Well, I do want leftover steak sandwich, but tips of those are getting a bit old looking, so we'll just use the main body parts of them there. Feeling like I maybe should have mixed some oil or butter in with the panko to give it a little more golden color than it got. Alright, going into the oven with our biscuits now. I'm surprised that the the peppers cooked as hard as they did. Sort of pretty. And I doubt it's going to be enough of a char that it's going to affect the flavor. Sort of wish I had bought some tortilla chips to go with this too. Like, I'm torn. Is this a dip? Is this casserole? It's definitely a bake. You know, like... Am I a mushroom person? Over on YouTube's. Eh? I'm not like I love mushrooms and I'm using them a lot, but I mean, I have shiitakes in my refrigerator right now. I love using some oysters in like a ground meat mixture. At the same time, I'm not... When it comes to mushrooms, I'm basically not a huge fan of portobellos. On rare occasion, they're okay. But in general, I'm not in love with their flavor, specifically of portobellos. And so many of the different recipes that are used with them, they're just not good recipes. Like, let's soak them in... you know, cheap balsamic vinegar. Not real balsamic vinegar, the imitation balsamic vinegar, and then roast them or grill them or put them in the inside of instead of a burger, which are... I feel like those are all they're finding reasons to use them. At the same time, I do like creminis, which are actually just portobellos. Creminis or baby bellas or the small brown mushrooms. They are actually the same mushroom as a portobello. And quite seriously, only a couple hour difference between being harvested. And I'm also not a huge fan, many times, of the white button mushrooms. They're okay in certain things, typically when they're a vegetable that I'm not, like, picking out individually. But I'm not a huge fan of just sauteed white mushrooms. I guess I sort of want to mix them into something or use them in other fashions. What's with this, chat? You haven't even made me fill my water yet today. That or I just didn't hear it. Why aren't you done now, Biscuits? I don't want to wait for you. Why are you making us wait for you, Biscuits? Why can't you just be ready now, like boiling water? Hey, Scramble, Bullion was last stream. Bullion was last night with the steak. Not tonight. You getting confused? I should also point out that I absolutely love morels. I just never buy them because they're so incredibly expensive. But they taste amazing. I love throwing them in stews and all that lovely stuff. A lot of the more exotic mushrooms are amazing. Real truffles are amazing. They'll get that, foot juice oil away from me. I worked in a wine bar in Beverly Hills that just truffle fries after truffle fries after truffle fries. It was like, this stuff's disgusting, people. Why do you keep ordering it? Truffle fries. I forget what type of cheese. It was some like light fluffy cheese. And chives. Just over and over and over again. That was the restaurant where I had a chef that throwed pans at people and drank on the line. That was a fun place. Cosmic. Yeah. I do keep my eye out though for some hen of the woods or chicken of the woods. It's probably about the only mushroom that I would pick myself wildly is chicken of the woods. Ooh, doggy time. Enjoy that bookworm. I'm thinking about that restaurant again. Same chef, drinking on the line. Not the most, he was an okay dude, but I love that we were sitting there and they were trying to figure out ways so that they could maintain the temperature of their hollandaise. Because we did Saturday brunch too, or Sunday brunch too. Wine bar, we're going to close out Saturday, late at night. Come back first thing in the morning and do brunch, guys. Thanks. But they sat there and studied their KitchenAid and then realized slowly that all of the electrical and everything from their KitchenAid was above the bowl height. And so they decided that the smartest plan in order to maintain their hollandaise for brunch was to take the entire KitchenAid and dunk it in a tank with an immersion circulator so that the entire bottom of the KitchenAid was submerged with the hollandaise, and so they could just leave it there spinning in a temperature-controlled water bath. Sort of idiotic and sort of brilliant at the same time. For those that aren't familiar, a hollandaise is an egg-based sauce. It's an egg and butter sauce where you have to keep the temperature right for for the butter and the egg to not separate, to not, so the emulsification stays, yada yada. You got to keep it at this above room temp but below boiling. Yep, and thick. Because when it breaks, it becomes really runny. It becomes oily. I took a sneak peek at those. I'm giving them another 2 minutes, chat. Let's go ahead and scoop ourselves some dinner here. Hi, Penguin. Does Jared still exist? Or have they been killed by the internet? Had they been killed by the internet and Costco? Apparently Costco is like the place for jewelry these days. Saw a Reddit post not too long ago, someone with like 100,000, six-figure jewelry in their Costco. I want a little more time for my baby biscuits. Even more, we want some more color there. I'm going to give this another 4 minutes. It actually, I've done that before, Zeeks. I don't really do it too often because, like, I'm not going to try a whole bunch of things out. But if you do want to try out a number of, like you're saying, you got a couple of leather jackets, you want to find the one you like the best of the three, it's not a bad way to do it. It's probably more of a question of how annoying is it for you to make that return. Because you got to do it quick. I miss my like. I would never really need it here in California, but I had a nice leather jacket when I was in end of high school into college, and I lost it to mold. But I missed that. I've been using, since I lived out here in California, or at least since I moved to Sonoma. I forget at what point it actually got ruined. But regardless, I've been living off of my, I've got one of those, you know, forgetting the name of the company, but that, you know, very generic rain jacket type dealio, and I've got the classic, you know, Carhartt brown jacket too, but that's what I've been living off of here in California. But yeah, that's the way a leather jacket, I mean, you want your leather, like, worked and soft and... Tell you the real thing that you want that's actually leather is belts. Like, I need to find, like, a proper leather worker to get myself a proper leather belt. Because, like, the name brand belts, they're all, you know, the cheap, genuine leather stuff that's gonna fall apart in 2 years. You're not advertising a competitor at your new job, are you? I mean, it's not the same job, is it? There we go. Wanted some actual color on those babies. No booze tonight. The only drinks I can think of with cottage cheese are the, you know, gross the kid out because it's his 21st birthday type drinks. Like, do we have any of the No Pixel people still in chat? Dude, what's the Milky Mountain cottage cheese drink? Do you think it's that time, though, chat? Greatly appreciate y'all hanging out with me tonight. I think this all turned out looking amazing. Let's give this casserole a shot here before we all take off. Let you know that I think it's delicious. I'm sure it will be. This goes great with some pasta too. Larry biscuits. Thank you for the follow, Ray. Let's go hang out with the regular in our Discord. I'm gonna raid out tonight. I am Ray. I apologize for that. We're wrapping up here tonight. Tonight's challenge was using cottage cheese as an ingredient in dinner and dessert. So we've got our chicken spinach baked with little mini biscuits made with cottage cheese in there. And finally, a chocolate mousse with cottage cheese as the main thickening ingredient there. Gonna be back here tomorrow night at 4:30 Pacific. Gonna be doing a special Thursday stream. I don't normally stream on Thursdays. Normally it's Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday. Gonna be making double-decker tacos. So I hope you come back to join me for that. I'm gonna send you all off to the lovely Shinigami Miraku. Mispronouncing his name. But he's a regular in my Discord. He's doing some Final Fantasy. So I hope you enjoy hanging out with him. He's a lovely dude. Be back here tomorrow. I hope you see you then. Good night.